back into the shop, you guys. So over the last month or so, I've done a couple of built-in cabinets for some folks, and I didn't really film those because it was a little bit different from what I normally post on the channel, and I just thought, hey, what the heck, I'll just do the project, get it done, and then come back to making videos. But I actually have another built-in that I'm doing, but now because I actually know a little bit as to what I'm doing in terms of building cabinets and built-ins, I thought I'd bring you along for this project and show you a little bit as to what I'm up to. So over the past month or so, I've done 2 built-ins, and this is the third one here, and this is kind of a rendering as to what it's actually going to look like when it's done. This was taken through SketchUp, and on here, because this is my third time doing this, I kind of know a little bit as to what I'm doing. So I actually have all my cut sheets on here for the different pieces of material and the rough sketch that I did with the client. And as for materials, this is actually pretty straightforward. I have 2 sheets of 3/4 MDF, 1 1/2-inch MDF, and then 1 6mm or 1/4-inch MDF. And then for the face frames and the doors, those will be out of poplar. And then lastly, the trim pieces that are going to be going around because it's going to be a built-in. So I've been cutting up a lot of plywood and sheet goods out here in the shop, and instead of doing it inside, I found that it's best to actually have a tarp set up outside. And that way, because you know the circular saw generates a lot of sawdust, you can't really collect it efficiently, so cutting it out here, it can be outside and not be an issue. So I hope you now have a better idea as to what I'm actually going to be doing out here, and with that said, let's get to work. The rip fence is only, I think, like 33.5 inches. So now what I can do is take all of these pieces and go to the table saw. The rest of the cuts are going to be less than the maximum rip capacity. Alright, so I just got done on the saw, and over here are all of our 3/4-inch pieces that we are going to be using. Everything cut to its final length. And then over here I have the 2 1/2-inch back panels. I've been liking actually using a collapsible table like this. And this is nice because I can get all around on 4 sides, and also it's a little bit lower as well, so it's easier to put stuff on here and take it off. So now that we have all of our components here cut, I'm now going to go ahead and start assembly. Now there's going to be 2 main assemblies for this. The lower cabinet, which is this right here. This lower cabinet right here is going to be separate from the upper shelving part right there. And then when both of those are done, I'll then sandwich those and fasten them together. So the next thing that I'm going to do is cut all of our trim pieces that are going to be out of poplar, and then the door faces as well. And the reason why I'm doing this out of poplar instead of MDF like this is because hardwood is a little bit more durable. It paints just as well, and any routing or grooves or anything are a lot better in a hardwood rather than an MDF like this. If you were to route or do anything like this, it'll just blister and not be very fun. So okay, so that's the face frame. And as you can see, I have all of my marks. So here's a better look at what these dominoes actually do. Here's the 90-degree cut that's going to be joined into this board right here. And inserting dominoes allows for alignment and also a little bit of strength. Alright, so while our first half of the face frame is gluing up, what I'd like to now tackle are the shelf pins on the actual cabinet. And what I'll be using here is just a simple Craig shelf pin jig. You know, you get your drill bit with a stop collar, and pretty straightforward.
Hold on, let me put the brakes on.